Here, let me show you the cute project that we're going to be making today. Love, love, love this suite. Hi everyone, this is Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me on my normal iStampin Live day. For those of you who joined me last week at Epcot, that was fun. I haven't watched it. I don't want to see myself on camera. But anyway, it was a great time at On Stage, and I hope more of my team can come next time. So anyway, this is the card that I'm going to be making. This is using products from our Snowflake Showcase. If you saw a card that I made last week, or 2 weeks ago, this is, or did I do this last week? Honestly, guys, I don't remember. So anyway, I made this a couple of weeks ago or sometime last week, and this is using the Snow is Glistening stamp set. But the Happiness Surrounds, this is also part of the suite. And, excuse me. And I had so much fun creating this card. This is a little bit more springy. I know that we're going into the holiday season, but I just wanted to show you the versatility of this set. And, you know, unfortunately, I have some friends who've had, you know, some difficult times recently. With some unexpected deaths, and you know, sometimes they just need a little pick-me-up. So this little sentiment says, surround yourself with happiness. Excuse me, I've got like a tickle in my throat. So I wanted to go ahead and highlight the Happiness Surround stamp set. It does have the coordinating thinlits that come in the Snowfall thinlits. So when you get the thinlits, it coordinates with both stamp sets, which is really, really nice. Now this is an exclusive products. It does go until November 30th or while supplies last. So as of, you know, what time is it? 4:30ish. Yeah, 4:30ish on Thursday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. Everything is still available. So, but it's such a fun card. It's a very gloomy day here in Florida, so this was a lot of fun to create this and to kind of pep up my spirits for such a gloomy day. But before we get started, let me announce the last iStampin Live winner. So we have Diana M. You are this week's winner. Congratulations. So I will send out your little prize to you later this week. And if you would like to get into the drawing, all you have to do is just share this video or this live and comment below that you have shared it, and your name will go into next week's drawing. Okay? All right, so let me show you the items that you're going to need to make this really, really fun card. So the first thing that you will need is the Happiness Surrounds stamp set along with the Snowfall Thinlet dies. And one of my favorite techniques is to make my own designer series paper. So that's what I did here. So you will need quite a few inks. And the inks that I chose are Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Flirty Flamingo, Coastal Cabana, and Mango Melody. So that's 6 different colors, but it's a lot of fun to play with them. I tied a little bit of our tulle ribbon. So this is the Whisper White 5/8 inch polka dot tulle ribbon. This is coming from the annual catalog, and I pulled quite a few things from the annual catalog because I know that we're, you know, we focus a lot on the holiday catalog and kind of get into that holiday mode, but you know, there's still a lot of fun things that you can use in the annual catalog on your projects. One of those items is the subtle dynamic texture impressions embossing folder. So the way I like to describe it is kind of like a linen look, and it may be a little hard to see the texture on camera because it's really, really, really subtle. I used that on this Bermuda Bay piece hopefully you can see that on camera. And it kind of mimics the striations of the flowers. That's what I thought was really neat about it. So that's kind of where those two tie in. And then for cardstock, I went ahead and created my own Coastal Cabana piece of, my own Coastal Cabana note card. So this is 5 by 7, and let's go ahead and get out your Simply Scored scoring board. And to make it a note card size, we're just going to score this at 3.5. And if you follow me, this is my favorite size. I love it. It's just the perfect size for me. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's just, I love this size. Then what I've done is cut a piece of Bermuda Bay. And this measures, I had my notes over here. Here they are. So the Bermuda Bay measures 4.5 by 3. And then I cut a piece of Whisper White, and this measures 4.25 by 3. And then I've cut a piece of Flirty Flamingo. We're just going to be stamping our greeting on there. So I just cut this. This is way too big, so I'm going to be cutting this down. And then card keeps getting caught. And then you'll also need an extra piece of Whisper White cardstock because we're going to be die cutting these flowers out and popping them up. So you will need an extra piece of Whisper White. And then you'll want your Big Shot. And then I'm using a combination of dimensionals and snail for our adhesive. And that's really it. It looks a little complicated. It's not at all. I really shouldn't say complicated. It has a few steps to it, but it's not hard at all. If you wanted to make it really simple, you could definitely eliminate the embossing on the Bermuda Bay, and you could eliminate die cutting these extra flowers out. You could actually just stamp them directly onto the Whisper White part. So you could definitely do that if you didn't want to take the time to add that extra detail. So this could definitely be a simple stamping type card. But I wanted to show you how you could step it up and really kind of see how fun you can play with the dies and that Happiness Surround stamp set. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp on this cardstock and go ahead and emboss this. So what I've done here, so you're going to eventually need your embossing folder, your subtle embossing folder. And then for this stamp, I'm going to be using this image right here. And if you can see here, it just kind of like subtly peeks out from behind. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping just here on the right side, and then we'll run it through the embossing folder. So let's see here. I think I need to mount this one. Yes. So let me get a block really quick. And hopefully the kitties won't be making an appearance. If you saw my last video, Lottie was insistent on getting on camera. So they're both kind of down by my feet. They're sleeping. So they should be good. Okay. And then I'm going to be using my Simply Chamois to clean my stamps, and then also my Stampin' Pierce mat. And let's see. So how is everybody's week going? Can y'all believe Thanksgiving is next week? It's like, holy moly. Yes, thanks. Well, for us in America, Thanksgiving is next week. So if anybody's watching from Canada or over in the other side of the world, the other side of the pond, whatever they say. Oh my gosh. But then we have Black Friday, which is always so fun. Do I have any like avid Black Friday shoppers? Okay, so I'm going to do some tone on tone. So I've got Bermuda Bay right here. And I'm just going to kind of, let's see, y'all should be able to see this. I'm just going to kind of stamp over here. And what I love about this stamp is that it's really easy to line up and to stagger it, especially because it's photopolymer. So it's really easy to kind of have this pattern be repeating. And so then we're just going to come down here, and that's it for that. And then let me bring in my Big Shot, and we'll go ahead and die cut this. And I'm so happy to say that I've got some new plates. So if you're coming to my class tomorrow, my local class, you'll have new plates to do your die cutting. Okay, because this is a thicker embossing plate, let me do it sideways so y'all can see. You just need your regular Big Shot platform, and then we will put the cardstock in the folder, and then, whoops, and then all you do is just put one of your acrylic plates on top. You don't have to put one on the bottom. And then we'll run that through. If I can get it straight, lined up. There we go. And my camera does shake a little bit when I do this, so I apologize. Try to do it as slow as possible. I know that shaking can be kind of annoying. And so when we're done, it looks like that. So just, I love this. This is just the perfect, if you just want just a little bit of texture, a little bit of dimension, this is a wonderful, wonderful addition to your little arsenal of stamping supplies. Okay, so we're done with that, so we can put that off to the side. Now let's go ahead and make our designer series paper. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat again, and I've just got this scratch piece of grid paper here. And what I did here is I'm just going to kind of stamp all over, and I may cover up, or I know I will cover up some of what I stamp with these large flowers. That's okay. The great thing is if you make a mistake when you stamp, you can, strategically place these flowers over where you messed up, because that's what I did. Like underneath this flower is like a little splotch. So, that's the great thing about stamping, is if you make a mistake, you cover it up with a sticker. Well, we don't really have stickers, but you cover it up with an embellishment, some kind of rhinestone with another, pop something up. Those are some fun tips to always remember if you make a mistake. All right, so I'm going to start off with Daffodil Delight. And I am going to be using this little flower right here. And I'm just gonna, just randomly stamp this, making sure I go off. So that it looks like, it leads the eye nice and, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm at a loss right now. Okay, so we're done with Daffodil Delight. Next, I'm going to use Mango Melody and the same stamp. And again, just randomly stamp. Like so. And clean this off. And then next, let's go ahead and do our leaf image. And for that, I chose Granny Apple Green. And this is just, I'm just going to kind of come in and just fill in where the gaps are, where there's space. See, like that, I kind of messed up. But I'll kind of hide that with the stamp. I don't know, it looked like something got on my stamp. Okay. And then next we're going to use Coastal Cabana. And then this little tiny stamp right here. The one with the stripes, the little striations. And then we'll just come in here and just, the little tiny guy, just kind of fill in. And again, make sure you stamp off. Whoops. So I'll cover something up there. But, you know, you could just have so much fun just making your own paper. I love doing this. It's kind of relaxing. And if you mess up, just turn it over. Our cardstock is thick enough that you can stamp on the back side. And, you know, that's one of the great things about our cardstock. And that's the one of the great things about stamping is if you mess up, just grab some more paper and start over. It's, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, a major disaster. And sometimes, you know, I mess up. I mean, I stamp a lot, you know, not daily, but, you know, 4 to 5 times a week. And I still mess up. And all you have to do is just flip your paper over, cut another piece, and you are ready to go. Okay, so I did the Surround Yourself with Happiness, tone on the Flirty Flamingo. And then let's go ahead and stamp our flowers. So we'll need 3 of the small flowers in Daffodil Delight. And we're going to be die cutting these out. Okay. And then we'll need 3, I guess I should have just left the Flirty Flamingo open. We'll need 3 of the large flowers. So this image right here, you're going to want to get this one. And we're going to do that in Flirty Flamingo. If I can say that's kind of a tongue twister. Oh, do you see that? I didn't do good, so I'm flipping it over. See, I told y'all I make mistakes. Okay, so that's what you're gonna need. Now you'll get the 2 coordinating framelits. So here is the one for the large flower. And then here's the one for the small flower. So just take that over to your Big Shot and die cut those out. I've already done that to save time. So I can move this. And what I'm going to do here is just kind of place them, see where I want them to go. Now this one down here, when I attached this one, I had to lift it up. So I'm not going to attach this one yet until I put my sentiment down. So let me go ahead and cut that down. And oh, and I forgot one other item that you'll need. If you don't have to have this, but I like to use it. So I'll show that to you when I get there. So I like to use my little tabletop trimmer. If y'all watch a lot of my lives, you see this, or my videos. So I'm just going to cut this down, and I just eyeball this. I like to leave just a little bit of space above and below the verbiage, the words. So it's going to look something like that. And then because I'm challenged with scissors when it comes to notching, this tailored tag punch has become one of my favorites. And all you do is you just slip it in from the top. And I like to push it all the way down so I can see where the words are, and then raise it back up. And then I just center it into where the peak is, and I stamp it. And it notches perfectly. I mean, I love this. This punch has gotten so much value from that, so I love it. And then I'm just going to cut this down. So there, I know I may have to cut this down a little bit more. That may be a little long, but we'll see. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put our flowers on. And all I'm doing is just attaching the small flower with snail. Get that little guy off there. I don't know what that is. I'll put it. And that's just going to go. I'm just kind of lining them up where the petals match with the big petals. There we go. So I'm going to do that for all 3 flowers. And like, for instance, this flower here, my die moved a little bit when I used the Big Shot, even though I was using the magnetic platform. So if that happens, we're going to be trimming off some of the flowers. So just position it where that part of the flower is going to be hanging off, and you're going to be cutting that part off. So, you know, when you make mistakes, just don't like toss the project. See how you can like kind of figure things out and salvage it. You don't have to toss it. Sometimes you do, but if you can make it work, then do that. Okay, so this is going to go kind of like so. So I'm just going to put dimensionals just on this part of the flower, and then I'm going to trim off the excess. So let's see here. Okay, so I want to cover up these 2 little areas that I messed up. So we're just going to go like so. And then this one, let's see. So I want that part showing. So we'll put dimensionals right over here. Whoops. Like so. Okay, and then let me go ahead and trim these off. Trim off the excess. Again, I'm just using my little trimmer here. Yikes. I cut a little too. I went a little too far in. Yikes. Crud. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't do that the first time. I did good on the first one that I made, so if you do that, just be a little careful. And then let's trim this. Okay, that's better. I did a better job there. Okay, and then let's see, for this, kind of want it like so. It's a little cockeyed. Like so, and then there we go, perfect. Yeah, so put that down first, and then you can come back in with your 3rd flower and position that. That's a lot easier than what I did the first time. Cute. Okay. There we go. And so that's what it looks like when it's all trimmed. And so let's go ahead and bring in our card base. Let me kind of clean this up here. Always make a mess, don't I? Oh, and if y'all were watching my Facebook Live from, I guess it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, where I asked y'all to keep me accountable for cleaning my room. Well, I haven't done it yet. I swear, I promise, I have to do it this weekend. I can't find stuff, and I have to. So y'all call me out next week and say, did you do your room, Kara? Because I didn't do it. I have to. All right, so I'm just using snail to attach this part, the Bermuda Bay, onto the Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to do it at an angle. I know I have some people that will probably just drive them crazy that I'm doing this at an angle. I'm sorry for those OCD ladies. And then I'm just going to do this at an angle as well. So if that drives you crazy, just put it on straight and you will be good to go. And then finally, oh, there it is. I'm going to wrap some of our polka dot tulle ribbon around the card and tie a bow. Where's my scissors? Here we go. I'm just going to tie a bow And this just gives it just some fun little texture, even more. And what I like to do when I tie a bow is go ahead and tie a knot, and then it makes it a lot easier to tie the bow so that the ribbon or baker's twine or linen thread, whatever you're using, doesn't slip. So that's a quick little tip. I think I learned that at Onstage either in April or back last November. So that's the great thing about Onstage is the presenters from either the home office or other demonstrators, they share tips with you, which just come in so handy. And then I like to pass those on to my customers. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm just going to cut the tails, and that one's already good. Whoops. And there you go. Just a darling, darling card. And you'll see each one's going to be completely different just because you're creating your own background paper. But this bow's really, really big. I need to kind of make that one smaller so this one looks better. You can really see the sentiment better. So I hope y'all liked it. Let me go through and look to see if y'all have any questions or comments. I'm so glad y'all liked it. Oh, this is it's really a darling stamp set. I know when people saw it at first, they're kind of like, why are they giving that to us at this time of the year? But you can just see some really nice sentiments. I mean, hello friend, here's to new beginnings. So that would be great for somebody who's just starting a new job, I was going to say new car. New house, just getting married, there's a lot of new things that happen to us in our life. Congratulations, it's your day, sending positive thoughts, I just love the sentiments. I just think they're so positive, and I love the fonts. I loved how they did script and then capitals and things like that in print. So I'm just really happy y'all like this. So again, that is let me find it real quick, part of the Snowflake Showcase. And as a reminder, when you shop in my online store this month, when you use my host code, and I'll have that listed below, you'll receive a gift from me. So just go on over to istampin.com, and that's where you can shop. And then you'll also get the free Stampin' Anonymous tutorials for the month of November, and they're darling. I hope those that have gotten them have enjoyed those tutorials. The Christmas projects are just precious. So again, that was and I'll show you the back side. That was the Happiness Surround stamp set along with the coordinating snowfall thinlits. And like I said, this does just go through the end of this month or while supplies last. So as I was saying before I came on, everything was still available, and I just think you can just make so many neat things with this project, with these items. All right, guys, have a fabulous day, and join me later for this week. Oh, and don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. I'll have an exclusive project using this stamp set again. So just go on over to istampin.com, sign up for my newsletter, and you'll see another project using this tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.